संग्राम टीवी प्राइम टाइम समाचार में आपका स्वागत है।
Now, the mid-career training programs are largely within the services or within the departments. What is envisaged is cross-cutting immersions and training programs which would involve people from various services who will come together to understand about the common goals of the government, the common aspirations that are shared among everyone. Analyze learning-related data from the iGOT platform, and prepare the annual State of Civil Service report. This is again a unique feature, that the state of the civil services, there would be a report which would be annually presented to the PM's HR Council. Next, please. The SPV, it would be a company set up under the Companies Act, a 100% government-owned company, with board of directors from all representative entities of the program, which means various services, their representative will be on the board of directors, and it would be self-sustaining on a subscription mode. They would own the digital assets on behalf of the government, operationalize a robust content ecosystem, manage assessment and certification. हर level पे certification होगा, and उस certification का profile में भी जोड़ा जाएगा, because it's an electronic system where data will automatically be generated and goes into the, it is not only an annual performance appraisal, but a continuous appraisal based on the kind of competency programs that the civil servant attends. And this would also be a platform which could be extended to states as well as other countries who would like to approach the SPV for its assistance. Next, please. On the monitoring and evaluation, we will have a Prime Minister's dashboard where key parameters will be monitored on a continuous basis. The capacity building plans will be evaluated, where annually it would be set by the Commission and presented to the PM HR Council. There would be an annual State of the Civil Services report and independent audits of the capacity building activities. Next, please. So the ultimate aim is to improve the professional delivery at all levels of government. It is open from an assistant section officer who enters the government up to the secretary to the Government of India. All would be on this platform, and they could enhance their competencies for bettering their professional delivery. Professional growth. Now, there are two types of competency building that we are thinking of. One would be self-driven. If I am interested in economics and I want to do courses from the London School of Economics or the Harvard Business School, I could enroll myself and guide and make my own career path. There would be another path which would be a guided path. That is, if I am serving as a deputy secretary looking after budget, then what I need to function in that role, that would be a guided path where I'd be told what are the resources I need, how do I function, how do I do my job better. So this would help in the personal growth, one, that is obvious, but the esteem and recognition that such a competency building will give each civil servant, that cannot be estimated in quantifiable terms. And finally, we would expect that this would be a self-driven building competencies and believing in attaining one's full potential. Every civil servant would try to reach for the highest levels of competency. Next, please. Sir? Those slides. So basically, all this is, as I mentioned, for keeping in mind the citizen at the center. One, for service delivery, closing the gap between the citizen and the government, delivery based on roles, capacity at the cutting edge, right from the constable in the field to the Director General of Police, or from the assistant section officer to the secretary. All of them are basically being trained to upgrade their competence to serve the citizen who is at the center. Next, please. So this approach was tried during the COVID situation, where this electronic platform reached out to doctors, nurses, NCC cadets, NYK cadets, and almost 12 lakh users who completed about 17,000 courses. This was done in a period of just 2 to 3 months. We reached out on the mobile phones, on their laptops, on their tablets, and we could train them in various courses like ventilator management or even use of PPE kits, lots, and the field supervision. So many, we could just reach out within a period of 2 to 3 months, we could reach out to so much of, so this potential has been proven, and we hope that this platform will reach out to all government servants across different departments, across ranks, across levels, and we will be able to develop our vision of citizen-centric governance with ease of living, ease of doing business, and reducing the gap between the citizen and the government in a very, very effective manner. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. मैं अभी रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से. सर प्लीज़.
धन्यवाद दत्वालिया जी. I think enough has already been said. So to put it very briefly, as the Honorable Minister for INB, Shri Prakash Javadekar ji, has announced two very landmark decisions taken by the cabinet today. So I would just, in a single sentence about the other decision, thank the Honorable Prime Minister for having given the consent for both these decisions. The first one, as was mentioned by Shri Javadekar ji, the inclusion of Dogri, Hindi and Kashmiri in addition to the other two existing languages as official languages for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. I would just suffice in saying that it is not only a fulfillment of a long pending public demand of the region, but also in keeping with the spirit of equality which ushered after the 5th of August 2019. So having said that, coming to the Mission Karma Yogi, the other decision, also with the personal intervention and encouragement from Prime Minister, if you ask me to simply put it in a single sentence or try to translate into some kind of a definition, because you've already gone through a very elaborate PPT presentation, I would say Mission Karma Yogi is an endeavor to reincarnate a government servant into an ideal Karma Yogi to serve the nation by enabling him to be creative, to be constructive, to be proactive, and technically empowered. And the endeavor is also to end the culture of working in silos, as was being mentioned, and to overcome the multiplicity of training curriculum which we have because of the institutions spread all over the country, with the introduction of a common platform for uniform realization of nation's vision, uniform realization of our shared aspirations, of our shared future goals. And this way, it will provide a mechanism for continuous capacity building, a constant updating of the talent pool, and also provide an equal opportunity of professional as well as personal growth and esteem of self-training for value addition at all levels. And I'll just take 2 minutes to make a reference which has a strong bearing to the making of this decision. This thought process had been going on for quite some time, but incidentally, it was on the 27th and 28th of October 2017 when Shri Narendra Modi came over to Lavasana Academy in Mussoorie, and it was after 42 years that Prime Minister of India was visiting the academy. So suddenly there was a realization among the faculty, among the probationers, among the trainees that the curriculum and the syllabi and the training programs were in the priority of the Prime Minister. And he stayed there for 2 days, interacted with the trainees, interacted with the faculty, and in the course of his interactions, what came out very significantly prominently was his emphasis on ending the culture of silos, to bring out a new work culture for the strengthening of government institutions and for the individual capacity building of each of the government functionaries, which would ultimately end up in the cumulative capacity building of the entire government machinery. And from there onwards, last year we first time experimented with this. We called this program Arambh because that was the Arambh. So for the first time in Mussoorie, earlier we used to have just 3 or 4 services. We had about more than 20 services doing a common foundational course, which concluded in the month of October. And symbolically and also significantly, it concluded at Gujarat, at the site of the statue of Sardar Patel. And the valedictory program happened on the 31st of October, which is also Sardar Patel's day, and it was addressed by Prime Minister Modi.
इंकलाब टीवी समाचार आपको अच्छे लगे तो शेयर कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए।